the reason I decided to organize material in my own course according to mechanisms was primarily because of the difficulties I was having in my first 2 years of teaching. When I began teaching at Elon several years ago, I adopted a traditional functional group textbook, the same one that my colleague at the time had already been using for several years. Under that organization, really, I poured my heart and soul into teaching mechanisms because I knew that mechanisms were the key to success in the course. After all, focusing on mechanisms allowed me to master the material when I was an undergraduate. On some mechanisms I taught, I would take 20 to 30 minutes of class time picking apart each step in order to explain not only how the reaction takes place, but why. You can imagine my disappointment when I found out that most students couldn't answer rudimentary questions about those same mechanisms on my in-class exams. Instead of embracing those mechanisms, I found out students were in large part resorting to memorizing flashcards. Not surprisingly, student performance was rather poor, not only on my in-class exams, but also on the ACS two-semester final exam, on which the class average was roughly 40th percentile. Class morale, as a result, was pretty low throughout the entire year, and there was pretty high student attrition. About 55% of my students didn't go on to complete the second semester of the course. In my third year, coming back to the course, I switched things up a little bit. I kept the same textbook, but I reorganized the material according to mechanism. And I found out that students were, by and large, able to grasp mechanisms much better that way. And morale jumped up considerably. The attrition rate fell. Only about 45% of students didn't go on to complete the second semester of organic chemistry that year. And student performance improved considerably. On the ACS final exam, for example, the class average was in the 55th percentile, up about 15 points. Having seen immediate success with the mechanistic organization of the material, I continued to tweak things a little bit from year to year with both the organization and the presentation of the material. Now I'm seeing, as a result, only about 17% attrition rate, and the class average on the ACS final exam is considerably well over the 70th percentile. So in summary, many more students are completing the course and doing much better. And all the while, I'm scarcely seeing any flashcards.